Jungkook stepped inside his home, his hand dripping blood and stains on his shirt. The lights were off as he walked straight to his room. He found peace in the dark, the moonlight cascading through the windows, and the piercing silence that took over. Removing his blood filled clothes, he took a cold shower till his madness calmed down. He was only supposed to attend a meeting today. He never realized when he ended up shooting a few of them and torturing a few others. He never lost his before. He was a calculated man. He never made mistakes. Not like this. Not when he would lose his temper over a small thing and end up pulling a massacre. He needed to either clear out the things messing with his brain or ignore them. Things like that one specific girl who had a maddening effect on him since she entered his life. He loved every bit of her. She was the only star that brightened up his dark sky and the reason to his serenity. But what was he supposed to do when she suddenly decided to ask for some space? For as long as he knew, they were all good. He woke up with her in his arms, the little winds of every morning, not wanting to get up and cuddle more, and daily little demands of coming back early at night to spend time with her. She even styled his hair, kissed him best of luck for the day, and threatened him to return with a meal from her favorite burger place or he was sleeping without her. Junko stepped out of the shower and grabbed his cell phone, walking towards the window, the moonlight bathing his crisp, stoic features, the light against the dark. He stared at the screen till his eyes burned. I need a few days away, baby. I will text you soon. I know you will come find me, but please, it's a request. Don't. I love you. Heart emoji. As tempted and worried he was to at least check on her if she was doing alright, the text itself was suspicious. She never had once asked for space, but he didn't want to be clingy either. He could wait for a few days, but her wellness was messing with his head. He was losing his temper easily nowadays. He missed her touch, her smiles, her kisses. He needed to see her at least once to know she was doing fine. The next day, Jungkook decided to visit her school. He would just look at her from far away, and when he was assured she was fine, he would return. He needed to handle the mess he created yesterday night, but help could wait. This was the priority. It was early in the morning when he arrived there. He stayed in the car, the school gates opened, and one by one, students started entering as they came. It had been 2 hours since he was there. The crowd of students started getting bigger as the school timing was nearing. Then he saw her, through the huge crowd, quietly walking towards the gates. The hood covering her head and hands holding the bag straps tightly. Eyes stuck to the ground and steps wavering, trying to avoid bumping into anyone. As if she was afraid. She felt so small and scared, nowhere near the bright, cheerful girl Jungkook loved. 15 minutes passed by. He sworn he tried to stay where he was and return like he promised. Jungkook. Sorry, princess, but I guess I have to be a little disrespectful towards your wishes. He easily tracked her through the cringe social media app she installed on his phone to track each other. Even when he could do that with his technical software, but there was something wrong with this man's setting when it came to his girl. The tracker took him away from all the classes as he passed through the huge grounds and stopped in front of an indoor sports area. He walked inside, his steps quiet and movements unnoticeable. The area was huge. He saw a few students, some of them laughing and having fun while some, no. One of the students stood there and became a reason for their entertainment. Come on, shake that pretty little body. A student twirling a pen between his fingers said out loud while laughing. The girl danced, barely moving out of humiliation, but still did. Jungkook wouldn't give a damn about the whole situation, but his blood boiled, veins popping out and eyes turning blood red. He was angry, and he could fall to the lowest level possible out of his madness. He could murder a student at that point. The guy student stood up, irritated as he marched towards Wyan and pulled her hair, earning a painful scream from her. He moved the pen's nib near her eye. How about you dance better, or I will snatch that pretty eyeball out. The words hardly left his mouth when all the other students screamed out of terror. The boy's body, falling limp on the floor with a pen dug in his eye socket, he screamed and screamed out of unbearable pain. Jungkook turned towards Wyan, no words other than "don't turn" that escaped between them. He covered her with hood and covered her ears with the headphones. She listened, stayed there quietly as the loud music played through her ears. Jungkook pulled the pen out of the boy's eye without mercy and marched towards the other students. The guy probably lost his eye by now. All of them are going to know never to mess with someone, especially when that someone belonged to him. Vine stood there, waited and waited, but she never dared to turn, hands fisting against her cloth so tightly her knuckles turned white. Till a song started to play that she loved, that calmed her a little and her grip loosened, her heartbeat slowly getting normal as her eyes teared up when Jungkook appeared in front of her again. He looked calm, composed as if he cleaned himself before appearing in front of her, his hand gently removing the headphones before cupping her cheeks. Jungkook, it's okay. I got you. She knew he must have a lot of complaints. He must be mad, but those were the first words he decided to say to her. She hugged him and cried out. It only angered him more. If he checked on her the first day, she would not have to go through this. He wrapped his protective arms around her and picked her up, taking her away from there. Once the two reached home, Jungkook settled her on the couch and treated the scars on her body. Jungkook, why wouldn't you tell me? Wine. It happened once. It was a simple scar. I was just embarrassed. I didn't want you to see it. It was nothing serious. But then I realized they were messing with me on purpose. I got so scared and just. I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know how it all happened. Jungkook. Never do that again. Wine. Never hide anything from me again. Once he was done treating her wounds, he settled her in his lap, kissed and cuddled her till she knew she was protected and safe. Took her for ice cream and her favorite places till he received a smile from her. It was like the part of him that died revived again. He was never leaving her alone again, never repeating the same mistake.